Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. I'm predicting silver to be $36 by the end of the year. Now, I want you to comment down below what your price prediction is. Obviously, I could be very off. It could be higher or lower. Who knows? We don't have a crystal ball to see what exactly will happen over the next year, which looking back on last year could be a lot. See, the unknown variable is the most influential and important thing to incorporate when talking about price forecasts. We're about to dive into a couple different silver price predictions, so let's hear what they have to say. So when I say $36 silver, I'm being minimal, but I'm not going to say any higher. That's a very comfortable price for me to say to an audience. I don't want to say an extremely high, exaggerated number to give you guys misinformed or misled hope. Now, silver sitting at $25 means that this would be an $11 increase over the next year. I'm a realist. I look at things realistically. Now, $11 over the next 11 months would not be crazy. Why? Look what silver did from March last year to August. Silver was $11 in March and went to nearly $30 in August. So if that happened within a couple of months, then imagine what an entire year could do, especially looking at what's happening to the dollar, to silver supply and demand, right? The scarcity, all the things with the green energy revolution, this pandemic, the stimulus. It's very, very realistic to talk about that. Anything higher is getting a little out there, and that the perfect scenario would have to happen. Everything would have to fall into place. Now, we have a couple different price forecasts from Ross Norman, and we also have MKS. Two different price forecasts, and they talk about their reasoning, and they're both a little different. Before we jump into that, though, I'm going to share an article on why silver is expected to gain in 2021. This is going to give a little introduction on why silver is going to rise, and then we're going to go into some people, forecasting on how high it will rise. After a 47% surge in 2020, silver is poised to continue its momentum this year. Most investment analysts and bank commodity traders expect silver to trade above $30 an ounce on average. Silver started last year at $18. The white metal dropped below $12 between February 25th and March 18th as a result of the hefty sell-offs by large institutional investors. They need to cash out their obligations arising from leveraged financial products linked to tumbling stock markets at the start of the virus crisis. The silver price bounced back to its year entry level by the end of May and then surged to over $29 per ounce at the beginning of August, testing the $30 resistance level. So there is going to be a lot of resistance around $30. Once it gets to that $28, $29 level, it's going to bounce around there probably for a month or so. And if it breaks through, then the sky's the limit, especially if the right circumstances are in place. After retreating to $22 towards the end of November, silver finished the year 2020 at $26 per ounce. This virus is continuing this year, unfortunately, though, making markets reacting with less panic than at the beginning of last year. Vaccinations seem to provide some hope for better containment of this pandemic during the second half of 2021. A hope which is further supported by expectation for more government aid under upcoming Biden rule in the U.S. See, here's the thing. That's a win-win situation for silver as well. Weaker dollar equals higher gold and silver prices. Higher gold and silver prices. But even if the dollar wasn't weaker, or even if it was, regardless, silver is an industrial metal. Now, when we throw out this aid, silver's going to pump because of a weaker dollar. Now, even if the economy does recover, silver would still rule. And with Biden in office, throwing out the solar panels, silver's still going to come out on top. However, the art of money creation to cover suffering economies has added trillions of sovereign debts, mainly in the United States and Europe. It did not really help, though. Despite slightly improving national economic figures, some industries are close to collapse, and millions of smaller businesses have closed down, perhaps forever. The burden of those sudden new debts and sharply increasing costs in the social welfare systems, combined with decreasing tax revenues for many years, is driving the interest to commodities, which are seen as real value, existing, and tangible. So demand from investors, the industry. Silver is one of those commodities. Around 1/3 of the global silver demand comes from investors, while 2/3 are needed for industrial applications. Gold is the exact opposite. Gold is used in electronics, but it's mainly used as coins, necklaces, jewelry, right? And that is because silver is the most highly conductive metal for thermal conductivity and electricity. It's used for everything. So a recovery of global industries once this virus can be better contained due to successful vaccination programs will support the silver price. It's literally a win-win situation for silver. No matter which way, no matter if this pandemic gets way worse and the dollar crashes, silver will come out on top. Even if we recover, silver will come out on top. Silver has always been a wily beast for investors due to its dual precious metal and industrial metal uses, and 2021 sees silver rising on both. Turbocharging the rise in silver price in 2021, even relative to gold, is rapidly rising demand for silver in industrial applications, especially those driving the green transformation, such as photovoltaic cells used in solar panel production. Now, we know a lot about this. I talk a lot about this on my channel, but it's just going over, by 2025, the industry's need for silver rising to 81 million ounces by 2030. Right? So if we're talking about a silver shortage already happening in 2021, imagine it's going to double by 2025. We're already in a silver shortage. So imagine in 4 years what that number is going to look like, or how scarce or how rare silver is going to be by then. And then imagine by 2030. The next decade is going to be crazy. So if you want to talk about low silver prices and silver is a bearish market, look at these numbers, look at where we're headed, and try to have a real debate, a realistic debate with me, saying that silver is a bad investment. So silver is our preferred play on rising investment in solar panels. Bank of America experts in a recent Outlook report. The bank made headline 2 months ago when it dropped its forecast that gold will hit 3,000. Silver remains overweight. But remains overweight in silver. Bank of America, Citibank, all of them predicting $50, $100 silver over the next year. So, anyways, if that doesn't give you a little introduction on why we invest into silver, then I don't know what else to tell you. Now, here's Ross Norman. This is his precious metals forecast for 2021. Now, gold averaged $2,025. The high, $2,285. Low, $1,810. So it is interesting to see that people aren't that bullish on gold. And I think that is because people realize that gold is only a monetary metal. Only. Remember how I said silver is a win-win situation? Gold, it's a win-lose situation. Now, I am interested to see if gold does break above that very strong $2,000 resistance level, where it would go. Because like with silver, that $30 resistance level I was talking about, if it breaks through that, the sky could be the limit. Now, gold broke past that $2,000 resistance level last year, which was the highest, the most expensive gold's ever been, ever. So if it breaks past that, it could explode tremendously higher, which would also bring silver up. But gold has already made its rally, made its time to shine. Silver hasn't done that yet. So gold is like a volcano that's already erupted. Silver is a volcano that still is brewing up, that hasn't busted open yet. So We expect gold to perform well in 2021, although at a slightly more subdued rate compared to 2020. Specifically, we see an ongoing U.S. dollar weakness, deeper negative real rates in the treasury markets, and a significant rise in unproductive debt as the Democrats open the spigots with fiscal stimulus and supporting factors. With the economy still contracting in the first quarter, we expect bounce in H2 as the vaccine frees up the economy. And this is all theory, right? We don't know what's going to happen with the pandemic or when the numbers are going to shrink. We don't really know. This is an educated guess. So, anyway, let's jump to silver. Silver averaged $30, high 36, low 24. And I haven't gone over these forecasts yet, so it's interesting that he also had the same number as me, right? When I clicked on this, I saw this, I looked and made sure that he was talking about precious metals, and I went and did it. So I am curious to see why he says $36 silver as well, and I want to compare my reasoning to his. Now, if you also, that's why I really want you guys to put in your price prediction. Please, every single one of you that watches this video, comment down below and tell me what you think silver's price will be over the next year, and tell me why. So, as one of the best performing metals in 2020, we see silver maintaining that outperformance. Still, Ross Norman talking about silver outperforming, outpacing gold. Once again, silver was the number one performing asset in 2020. It outperformed every stock, everything. Investment demand for both physical silver coins, bars, as well as ETF, now at over 1 billion ounces, are likely to continue showing impressive gains and reflect strong demand for safe haven assets in these troubled times. As the silver bull run continues, we expect the gold to silver ratio to continue to decline as silver outpaces gold. Silver bar demand is likely to be led again by the US and Germany, which may be partly offset by weaker demand in price-sensitive India on record prices in rupee terms. So improving investor demand is, however, being offset by weaker demand in some key industrial applications, including thrifting, in the photovoltaic, and in the automotive sector. So it goes on to say platinum 1,300 and palladium 2,600. If you want to keep on, looking into those reasons, then I'll post a link. Now let's go into MKS. So MKS also has price forecasts for gold and silver. So they go into a little bit into the economics, the worst recession since World War II as a result of this pandemic, slow recovery, especially in the second half of 2021. Real interest rates are likely to remain close to historic lows for the foreseeable future. So the rate and speed of the vaccinations will not be evenly distributed around the world, and that's definitely true. Regional discrepancies. So weaker U.S. dollar against most of the major currencies. Now let's go into their predictions. Gold, low $1,800 an ounce, or $1,820. High $2,300, and the average is $2,072. Gold closed the year 24% higher. We expect 2021 to be another bullish year. So it looks like everyone is still bullish, on the more bullish side than the bearish side for precious metals, and rightfully so. So silver, the low is 22, the high is 40, and the average is 32. So MKS is talking about $40 per ounce silver by the end of the year. That's a pretty high price. If it hits 40, that's on the same road, that's in the same boat as $50, which is silver's all-time high that hit in 1980 and 2011. And if that happens, I think $100 silver would be happening extremely close after, but I don't think it would stay at 100. Just kind of like when Bitcoin broke past $10,000 in 2017, it shot up to 18,000 and then crashed. There would be so much hype. There would be so many people buying it, so much news in the mainstream media, so many YouTube videos, friends, family talking about it, that everyone would start buying it. It would go into overbought territory, and then it would sell off, extremely fast. But that $40 number is extremely important, especially if it does hit 2021. Because think about, like we said, until 2025, what the demand is, and by 2030, what the demand is. If it's already hitting around $40 in the first year of the silver shortage, then man, oh man, are we going to be wealthy people. So they go in to say silver was the top performing precious metal, closing the year at over 47% higher. And we also expect the price to climb further in 2021 as gold is set move higher, right? Gold to silver ratio play some result in speculative silver buying, accelerating the result and the uptrend momentum, right? And that's definitely true. The momentum shift from gold to silver is going to be interesting because I do think silver is going to start taking on a life of its own sooner than later. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you thought this video was educational, informational, at least entertaining, make sure to smash the like button. More importantly, make sure you're subscribed. I post daily videos every single day. So you got to be subscribed. You cannot be blindly investing. You guys got to stay in the loop. You got to know what's going on. Anyone who commented their price forecast, I want you guys to compare it to other people's, especially the ones that posted a reason why you predict that number. That gives some context. That's important. I could say silver is going to be $200 this year, but if I don't give my reasoning, then is that really a valid claim? No, I'm just throwing a random number, the first number that comes out of my head, right? You got to give some context. So I really want you guys to flood the comment section with your knowledge, your insight, and really make a point to these people, right? Just because I'm the one recording the video doesn't mean that you can't stand out and help someone on this channel as well in the comment section. So I'm going to wrap this video up here. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'm probably going to post another video today, so stay tuned for that as well. Thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.